So a very primitive approximation of this is what happened 20 years ago with what at that time was being called expert systems. Okay? You had these rules, these production rules that could create other production rules. And it was a very brittle set of systems. It could not really go much beyond what an initial domain expert specified. Okay? It did semi-interesting things, but it couldn't scale. What I'm trying to figure out is how can we take lots of different kinds of knowledge, okay? Not represented as papers, not necessarily represented as spreadsheets, not necessarily represented as if-then-else rules, but the entire combination, the entire richness of how we represent this. And then, once knowledge is represented in these ways, transform them in such a way that they can actually affect each other. Okay? That's a very complicated problem.
Yeah.
Which is why I say we're going to need a new discipline of knowledge engineering in order to do this. Because given two domains, given experts from two domains, this one's not going to be very interested in going and learning this whole domain. Likewise, okay? So you need a third party, this new discipline, this new actor called a knowledge engineer, version 2, that actually sees the benefit of doing this and can actually then do the aggregation and do the translation.
But just to ask again, my side of it, and I'm wondering, is that the same thing? Is kind of hypothetically knowledge self-organization. Basically, knowledge itself has some kind of actions possible to execute and correlate with the other knowledge and either build something or give specific reaction to the conclusion, to be kind of alive in some way. Is that the fact?
I believe so, but I don't know whether we want to spend this time to go into depth in that. The key notion here is to be able to accommodate knowledge of all kinds, to be able to aggregate it in a very flexible way. That's why the DKR is very important. And then to be able to then run it and test it. Okay, those are the three key components. There may be others, but those are the three that I see right now. Okay, so almost everything else is kind of an implementation detail. But very important implementation details, because I don't have the solution to all this. I'm just saying, this is going to happen. 20 years from now, somebody's going to do this. I'd rather it be done sooner, and I'd like to be partying and making it happen. Now, I do know there are many skeptics. Doug Carmichael is one. Okay, a guy I very, very much respect. Skeptics regarding that this will never work. Okay, but I say I'm not going to feel good with myself unless I try. I'm not smart enough to know that it's impossible.
It's possible.
Lazar, you've restored me.
No, I don't think that the right question is impossible. I think the right question is it necessary? And if it's necessary, we do it.
Yeah, a very key question. I, by the way, am not saying this is the only way to do this. I'm saying, to me, doing this is one of the best ways to bring together those fundamental 8 principles that I derived from Hahn Engelbart. Now, many other people, look at the Gates Foundation. They're doing their version, okay? Look at what all their charities are doing. Look at what the World Health Organization is doing. There are a lot of things people can be doing. All I'm saying is one thing I'm going to do. Just one more.
Yeah. Well, I personally believe also that knowledge by itself, if you're organizing, no matter how great we implement the structure of knowledge, it's still just like reducing the magnitude of the problem or extending one
Exactly right. You are exactly right.
And there's no help for that.
Sasha, thank you. Can I go back and just remember?
I would like to add one more thing to this.
I just want to say one thing, and that is that this is only half the solution. If you go back to this other point I was trying to make about, where did I say something about values? Yes, this. If we don't do this, no technology will work.
I don't see, what is it?
This values coexistence.
Yes.
Yeah. If we don't do that, it doesn't matter what technology we develop. Okay? This is at least half the problem, half the solution, right?
Multipolar values, and not just one.
Sorry.
No, back to that slide. Yeah, I think for the rest of the day we're going to be moving So
I personally was going to write a CCC, to the Knowledge Federation workshop as a result of this. Yes.
that's great. So an initial proposal is how about raising this particular task that you described here as your task, raising one level up, and saying how about facilitating that this becomes a global preoccupation, academic and technical.
This right here, that's my dream. And if you want to jump on that dream, boy, I'll be your partner for life.
Absolutely, yeah. Because my sense is that that's the winning position. It's not one person doing it, it's not a group of people doing it. It's basically this big.
Yeah. This is clearly going to require some lot smarter people than me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By the way, let me just conclude with one small story. It's actually one that I think I told Dino, but it's very meaningful to me. Is that I looked at all the stuff that Doug was doing, and I kind of presented him a lot of these ideas, and I told Doug, hey Doug, this is what I'm going to be doing the rest of my life, and it's the one and only time I've seen Doug cry. Because I think he's needed somebody to try and take that next step.
Yeah, I believe that he ran out of steam with not only a very big project, but a project that he saw as necessary. He ran out of steam without seeing it continue. It's going to continue, and this is in him. And I think now we're reaching the point of the deeper meaning of this particular event here. The idea is to pass the torch from you, from Doug to you through us. But the torch is really this. I think it's this. Let's call it the Engelbart pain or the Engelbart frustration. To you as a challenge, to you as an opportunity.
If you choose to accept it. Thanks a lot.